All right, my bad, y'all. What up, what up, what up? We're back. I don't know what the hell happened. Thing was acting kind of funny over here, so I had to end the stream and bring it on back. But we're back now. We're back. Hopefully, we don't have no more problems, no more issues, no more technical difficulties. You know what I mean? So we should be good, man. We should be good. So let's just give it a minute, wait for some people to join us, and we'll get started, all right? What up, what up? We got AABB. What's up? What up, what up? You said what you cooking? Bing, 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 bong. Is that what you cooking? That what you making? You making a beat with that? You like that, man? Is that what you making? Some bing bong, dog? You doing bing bong stuff? What you making that on? You got MPC too? You got FL Studio? What you got? Shit, what's up, though? Anyway, we about to get started here in just a minute, y'all. We're gonna wait for some more people to join, all right? Double tap the screen for me right quick, like the video, all right? And just sit tight. All right, y'all ready, man? AEB says he's listening. Or she, he or she, not too sure. Elicio said, may God bless you. May he fill you with blessings. God loves you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Same to you. Same to you, Elicio. I really appreciate that. And same to all y'all in the chat, man. Even the ones way in the back not typing nothing, man. Straight up. Well, listen, y'all, we ain't got no likes on the video. We need to get some likes to get started. You know what I mean? Just show some love. Some of y'all might have seen some of my work before, but either way, you in for a treat, okay? So like that screen. I mean, double tap the screen, like the video. Yeah, I mean, like the screen too. You know, if you got a nice screen, if you got a nice view, then yeah, like the screen too, you know? But double tap the screen, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying, dog. Double tap the screen, like the video, sub to the channel if you haven't already, all right? Right there. Right there, dog. Y'all see that button. Hit it for me, all right? Y'all ready to get started? in order to make this happen. AAB says, as soon as I hear something, I might just do a backflip. Well, look, we're just making a song from scratch from now. If you want to hear something I already worked on, I can do that too. Actually, you know what? We'll save this for now. I'll give you all a little preview of something I've already done. Let this save right quick. Actually, it's going to take a minute. Oh, shit, I forgot all about that. Yeah, because we had loaded up a couple drum packs, maybe quite a few drum packs. So this might take like 30 seconds to a minute, something like that. But yeah. Yep. You said no, everything new? What you mean? You only want to hear new shit? Is that what you're saying? I mean, what I'm about to play to you is new. I made that shit like 3 days ago. You know what I mean? But no, I'm gonna play it just to show y'all what's up. Give you an idea of what to expect. Because this song right here that you listen to, it might not, it might not sound like much for real right now. But you guys will see. Man. That loaded hella fast. Where's it at? I think it's this. It's gotta be that. It's gotta be that, man. Gotta be that. Do a live beat cook up, you know what I'm saying? Live beat cook up, live DJ session, that type of thing. You feel me? But damn, we ain't got no likes on the video. What y'all doing, dog? Y'all tripping. Big time. And y'all want me to do a production beat from scratch in front of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got it twisted. Y'all got a hella mo twisted, dog. What genre I make? All kinds. Shit. All kinds of music. You know what I mean? All kinds of music. Let's get the likes up, y'all. If y'all want to see me do something from scratch, man, let's like the video. Tell your friends, share the video. You know what I mean? Let people know about us. Thank you, AABB. You said some Anita. What are you talking about, Anita Baker? The singer, Anita? We'll leave it right there for now, man. I'm not gonna play the whole song right now. You know what I mean? We gotta go back to doing what we was doing. Let's see. Do I do samples? I do use samples sometimes. Yep, most definitely. But majority of the music I make is from scratch. That's why I got this MPC, man, because it got that keyboard attached. You know, very convenient. I can just play in notes as I want to. Have full control over the sound I want. You know what I mean? I love this shit. You said this is a Jason movie beat. Okay, I see that. See, everybody sound, you know, or excuse me, everybody hears something different. You know, I've heard all different types of stuff when it comes to that song. But that's what's up, though, man. I appreciate that. AABB, man. Shout out to you. Do I have a singer? No. Nope. Nope. Just you know, I sell beats if people are interested. But other than that, I don't really do like collabs, nothing. I'm not opposed to it, but just never really thought about it much, to be honest. But I think some of my music would, you know, do pretty good to have a singer on. It just depends on the vibe. So most of the time when I make music, since I don't have no vocals, no lyrics, no rapping, no singing, I try to make the music sing. You know what I mean? Make the notes sing, make the instruments and the plugins sing. Does that make sense? I'll make them sound like they're doing something. I get some voice over that last one. You said some Anita. Listen, you can't slap Anita on every damn thing, all right? You can't put Anita on every type of song. And you know, you probably can make it work and make it sound good, but I mean, come on, you know what I mean? It might take quite a bit of work. I think Anita's voice would fit, you know, a few things, but it just depends. It depends. Some things don't go together, you know. Some things clash. Gotta keep that in mind. Okay, it's a very simple tune so far. We haven't really done nothing with it. We're just messing around, experimenting, having fun, seeing what we can make happen. Okay, so I'll just let y'all hear a little bit of what I've already done so far, and we'll go from there. All right. You said not a need on that one. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Right. All right, come on. I'm about ready to make the drums for this though. Hold on, let's do it like this. Yeah, I'm about to make these drums, man. Then I'm gonna add some bass and other shit, you know. On 8, I'm gonna add some drums. Oh, that might be a good kick right there, boy. Oh yeah, I can hear it, man. I can hear it. See, anytime I listen to music I'm making, like I'll have a tune in my head sometimes, I'll put it down. And once I'm making that tune, as I'm playing the notes and making it happen, sometimes I'll change up my whole strategy to the song. I might change up the notes and shit as I'm making it, depending on, like, let's say if I accidentally hit a note, I'm like, oh, that sounds good. That fits a little bit, you know? All type of shit can happen in the, in the process of making a song. But especially when I'm like actually playing it back and listen to it for a little bit, I can hear other stuff come in. I can hear more of the full sound of the song, and that could even change. You see what I mean? That could change fucking halfway through making it. What's up, Zerg? We got Zerg. Like that name. You say y'all like 9 Inch Nails? Yep, N-I-N. I used to listen to them back in high school and shit. You know what I mean? A little bit after I graduated. So listen, black folks listen to metal music, rock music, all type of shit. You know what I mean? I know it's kind of like a stereotype that a lot of folks think all we listen to is hip hop and shit, but man, I listen to every type of music. Every type of music. So shout out to you, Zerg. Shout out to you. All right, let me see here. I like that kick a little bit, but let me see. It's hard to tell, man. Now it's gonna be just like I'm gonna have like two different types of drums going on in the song, But I do want to have like kind of more of like it goes into a more hardcore, like, kind of badass sound, you know what I mean? Kind of gritty a little bit. You said Blasphemy has a black guitar, super extreme metal band, inspired all the war metal band. Are you serious? I think I've heard of that group before. That sounds kind of familiar. That's what's up, though. Oh, that's crazy sounding. Oh, shit. Let me see, man. So many things I can do with this shit. So many things. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna have 2 different kicks. Kick 1, kick 2. Now, normally I have it set up a little bit different than this, but I'm gonna complicate it for myself. Just because I'm thinking about it now, Here we go. stuff to it. Let's save it. By the way, listen, if anybody in the chat has a name for this track, all right, drop it in the chat for me. And whichever name I see first is the one that gets the name of the song. That's how it works over here. But let's see. Said kind of like a cloud. I was up in the sky and I was feeling some feelings that you wouldn't believe. Sometimes I talk to myself and realize I was never coming down. I was up above it. Who is that? That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. You can hear Anita on this? Anita, huh? Yeah, okay. Sounds like happy birthday, can't think of the artist's name. You talking about what Zerg is talking about? By the way, y'all like the video for me, all right? Like that video, man. Double tap the screen, that kind of thing, all right? Subscribe to the channel and all that. What's up, Dante Simmons? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up, dog? Hey, Dante, man. Hey, listen, y'all, check out my boy Dante. He makes amazing music. I was going through your channel the other night, dog, and you got some amazing stuff, for real. You know, you be complimenting my work, but I really like your music, Dante. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, if y'all got a name for this track, man, let me know. The first name I see is what I'm picking. I might add some more percussion, but I do want to add a bass line, okay? I want to add a bass real quick. Let's add a bass. Let's try some out. Let me try solos real quick. Let's do it. Hold up. Oh shit. Hold on. Oh, don't worry, AAB. I got you, man. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. Want to add one more bass line, man, just to kind of like layer it up a little bit. I like to do that with music sometimes, you know, have two little basses going on, something different. So we got that solo, this is solo. Let's find something. See how they sound. See, everything is gonna get uploaded in due time. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be anytime soon, but maybe one day. You know, might end up on there. Might end up on this channel, man. You know, you never know. Gotta get a new laptop first, though. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, at least find a workaround. So I'm gonna upload some stuff for y'all to check out to hear it. You know, instead of just listen to it through the phone. But yeah, not maybe tomorrow. Soon though, soon. All right. Because I have, let me just tell you right now, I have almost 700 different tracks on this MPC, okay? Just keep that in mind, about 700, close to it. Yep. Let me get this together here. I might switch the instrument around. But listen, we need a name in the chat, y'all. If y'all try to name this track, man, y'all get the name of the track. Otherwise, it's going to stay as live 4-5-25. Let's see. Let's test some stuff out. We'll leave it like that for now. That way we can revert if we need to. Save it, lock it in. Then we're going to try some other shit. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I just thought something. Oh, bass space. I like that. I like that, man. I like that. Shout out to you, Dante. Just any kind of laptop, man. Anything you can make, you know, like edit videos. So if you got any recommendations or anything like that, you know what I mean? That's why, you know, if you guys want to donate to the channel, man, we put everything back into the channel. You know, my bills are paid and whatnot, so I ain't got to worry about that. But if y'all want to help, you know, get things for the channel, laptop, whatever, if y'all want to donate to it, you know, even if it's like $1, $5 or whatever, you know, it's greatly appreciated. You don't have to, though. You know what I mean? I give y'all a free show every day. The game streams, or the hangout sessions, the music, the entertainment, the education, the vibes, all that, you know? I appreciate y'all, man. I like David Jones Locker too, but like I said, the first name in the chat I see is what I call it. So Dante got it, man. Dante got it. Shout out to him. We'll name it Base Space. Let's call it Base Space. 1 second, y'all. Call it Base Space. Shake this around a little bit here. I'll find the right one. Actually, hold up. I'm gonna keep messing with it. But let's put Base Space in for now. All right. Do it like that. Let's say, Dante said, Oren got a question for what you do for work. Basically just music. You know what I mean? Am I into computers? Yeah, because I went to school for computer software engineering, computer science, and all that. You know, but I'm out of touch with it, man. Like once I left college, I didn't even graduate shit. I said, fuck this. Because for me, it was boring. Like I like computers, I like technology. But when I was in school for it, man, I went like 2 semesters, maybe 3, and I was like, no, I'm good on this. It was just so tedious programming and learning IT and shit. I was like, nah. And you can make a lot of money for sure in that kind of career, but it just, I didn't like it. I didn't like the job I was doing. I didn't like none of that shit. I wasn't into it, man. Wasn't into it, you know. And if I pursued that, I probably would have gave up on music, you know. AB said, no, that's what I'm saying. Tell me what lap you need. I'll send it to you. Oh, straight up? Okay. I mean, listen, whatever one you got, man, I ain't gonna be picky, you know. As long as it can edit videos and, you know, run music software, like for example, FL Studio, have a bunch of plugins working on there. Like maybe 16 gig RAM type shit. 16 gig RAM at the least, as far as that's concerned. Thank you, Dante. You said like where are you going with this one? Thank you. Yeah, background on computers, a little bit, yep. A little bit. A little bit. But like I said, it was just boring, man. It was super boring because, you know, you could be into gadgets and technology and be kind of like a little bit of a geek or a nerd, which I kind of am, but not that much. You know what I mean? I'm glad I learned early on instead of just spending years and years in school getting my degree and just being out in the world, be like, okay, I'm finna do all this shit, and then just be working a job, just sitting at the computer all day, programming shit. Because I've done a bunch of different things when it comes to computers in general. Like I've made a video game before on Flash way back in the early 2000s, like a little platforming game, kind of like similar to Mario. Very very basic stuff. But yeah, man, everything's so different now. It's like a lot of this stuff when it comes to the framework of computers, it's way different than what I'm used to. At least what I learned back in the day. I'm gonna call you AB, because that's what they call me. You said I have no clue about anything. Tell me a model with an address to send it to. Well, look, hit me up on IG, man. We'll get discussed on IG or Discord, all right? Because I obviously ain't gonna put the address in the chat. You know what I mean? But you can hit me up there on Discord. Let me know if that link's working for y'all, man. Now they said I had background in computer science, went to school for it. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. See? There we go. Shout out to you. What you think about it, though? Did you have fun with it? Instagram, AB. Instagram or Discord, whichever one works for you. Okay, hold on. Let me figure this out here a little bit. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's do it like this. Say you old. How old are you, AB? One more. I like Almighty on this thing, man. It's a very versatile pad system, don't need it right now. You know what I mean? I consider it though. I appreciate the suggestion. You know what I mean? Let me see what else I can add. Put it back like this. I like that. Appreciate y'all, man. I like that, Dante. Wake up in the morning on the beach, huh? Sunrise on the beach. Yo, who's the jacket on? I never heard no jacket. Who's that, the rapper? Add some stuff to it. that dude up though, man. I'm gonna check out his music. Mac Dre, it doesn't come to mind for real. A lot of these names sound familiar, but I don't know who they are. Now Jack, I've never heard of them, but Mac Dre sounds a little familiar. Let me see what else I can do this. How long have we been live for? Let me see. Damn, it's getting late. About an hour, something like that? Okay. But not for real, you know what I'm saying? If I can mess with her a little bit. Oh yeah, Paul Hardcastle, yep. Was that one song he made, the super famous one? Damn, I forgot the name of that shit. But it's a good one from the 80s, right? Paul Hardcastle. Damn, what the fuck is the name of that? I'm about to find out, dog. Cause I know there's one song I heard his, I was like, oh shit. Rainforest, right? Rainforest, that's it. Rainforest is a legendary track, man. That shit is dope as fuck. Most definitely, Paul Hardcastle. Does he make music still? Oh, there's a song he made called 19? For real? I gotta look into that. That sounds pretty dope. Cause he got a lot of different songs, you know? Okay. I'm leaving it out for now. See what else we can put. More synth keys? Okay, I got you. I got you. Hold it there. I'm trying to think, man. I'm getting a little tired. You know what I mean? I had a long ass day today. I ain't been asleep yet. My creative brain ain't working right. You know what I mean? Not the way I'm used to, you know? But let's see what else I might do here. I might have a few more stuff in there. I don't know. go. We're gonna end it right there. All right. Like I said, I'm tired, man. I'm hella tired. I gotta take my ass to bed. So maybe tomorrow I might do some more with it. Definitely, I don't normally try to make music when I feel like this, but I was in the mood initially. But after about an hour or two, shit, we've been live for about an hour and a half, something like that. Eventually the energy fades. You know what I'm saying? You start to get, I don't know. It's late, man. It's late. I had a long ass day. Oh shit. But yeah, listen. I appreciate y'all coming by. Thank you so much, Dante. I really appreciate you as always, man. Shout out to you. Everybody else in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We had AB in the house. A couple other people too, man. A couple people popped in and out. But yeah. Listen, I appreciate all y'all, even the ones in the back. Okay, but it's time to go. Got it in the show. But just do me a favor and like the video, man. The likes are low. They're hella low. But but like the video on the way out, okay? Subscribe to the channel today, man. Hit that button for me today. Hit it right now. If you see it where I'm pointing at, man, hit that button, all right? Hit that button right there. Boom. All you got to do is boom, hit it. But I'll be back tomorrow or later today, however you want to look at it. Whatever time it is, wherever y'all may be around the world. I hope everybody has a great rest of their morning, evening, noon, or night, all right? And yeah, I'll catch y'all later, man. Until next time, y'all. Peace out.